Parents of Reddit, how did you discover your child was no longer a virgin? And how did you feel? My mom found out one day when she called the house looking for me. My brother, instead of knocking on my door, just barged into my room and found me balls deep in my girlfriend at the time. He went, "Hold on a second, he's having sex," and left the phone on the floor. "Thanks, bro." He was 3 years younger too, and most definitely a virgin. The nonchalant way he said it was frightening. On my 14th birthday, I'd had a girlfriend for close to 4 months. We were as serious as kids our age could be. So I'm opening presents in front of the few friends I had over, and I come to a medium-sized box. I shake it, can't figure it out, so I tear it open and find an economy box of condoms. Everyone there, dad, sisters, girlfriend, friends, parents, everyone was speechless. My mom casually says, "I'm not ready to be a grandma. Happy birthday, son." Wife worked as a nurse in an OBGYN office for many months. You'd be frankly amazed at how often this scene plays out. Young teenage daughter and mother go to the doc to see about some odd gynecological malady. Tests come back positive for STD. Mother looks in shock at daughter and learns her little baby isn't a virgin anymore. It's so common as to be cliched. My son called me before it happened to ask for emergency condoms. I never drove so fast in my life. My daughter asked to get on birth control as she was thinking about sex. I made the doctor appointment the next day. She decided not to have sex yet, but she has the pills available when she is ready. I don't freak out. My son is 16 and daughter is almost 14. Because it isn't taboo, they are making good decisions in regards to sex. TLDR, talk to your kids and don't freak out. Sex is normal. Big sis mentioned at the dinner table, super casually, that she was on the pill now. My dad called her disgusting. They still don't talk. Child 1, he had stashed his used condoms in a McDonald's cup in his closet, still filled with Coke. I found out by removing the lid to dump it out. Child 2, she asked permission. Children 3 to 5, still waiting. 16 to 14 in age, prime time for this activity. It is always hard to take your little boy or girl growing up when your mental picture is the 6-year-old version of them. I'm mostly over it now. I told a doctor I was sexually active, and he called a therapist to tell my mom, who then opted to press charges against my boyfriend. It was not a good time. Edit. Added an article to clear up the rapist puns. Also, I was 14 when this happened. We'd been dating for nearly a year. He was 17. We're friends now. Pretty sure things were gonna happen when he asked if his friend could spend the night while I worked night shift. His friend was a girl. They were 15 or 16, not sure what age. They were sleeping in a pile on the couch, clothed, when I came from work. I didn't disturb them, I just went to bed. When I woke up later, they were still sleeping, but now on opposite sides of the couch. It was adorable. My parents still think I am a virgin. Unfortunately, they are correct. When I was in high school, I told my mom I was going to stay a virgin until I was married. She did a little snort laugh and said, "Yeah, sure, honey." When I lost it in college and called her, she said, "I told you so, sweetheart." Oh, mammon. Edit. Wow, the number of people who thought that I removed the penis from my body and immediately called my mother is amazing. No, honeys, that's weird. She told me when we were looking into birth control options for her. I was a little wistful for her innocent childhood days, but she's handling it really responsibly and she's in love, so what can you say? She was 18 at the time, if that makes a difference. It's a little odd that she'll tell me anything. I would never have told my mom, but it makes me proud that I am the kind of mom you can tell anything to. I had to take her to the doctor. The doctor asked if she was sexually active, and she said yes. I suspected, but never knew for sure until then. She was 16. Well, my BF's mom just saw us lying in bed, no blankets, on each other, naked. She backed out pretty quickly. Edit, backed out of the room. Edit 2, this seems to cause confusion. We were in BF's room, door and blinds closed. She came in after asking, and one of us replying, "Yeah, just a second." I guess she only heard the "yeah." Edit 3, more confusion. One of us was on top of the other. So, on each other, IDK. Is that wrong? Child, not parent side of the story here, but still a fun one that I get a kick out of telling. Had my first serious girlfriend at 15. We would go to the back room of the house to study. In reality, we'd screw each other's brains out, and then I'd spend 15 minutes doing her homework for her. Hey, she made honor roll that semester. Anyway, it's about dinner time and we head out to the kitchen to discuss ordering a pizza with my parents. My dad is discussing toppings and mentions onions. Girlfriend says, "Ew, I don't like onions. They give you bad breath." My father, not missing a beat, says, "Well, that doesn't bother me, but then I'm not the one screwing around in the back room." I started laughing, but I thought the girlfriend was going to die of embarrassment. My mom assumed I was having lots of sex in high school because my grades started falling. I lost my virginity in college. I was just really into Guitar Hero. My parents assumed I was having sex long before I actually had sex, because I had a boyfriend quite a bit older than me, and we spent a lot of time unsupervised. I got lectures about what a pervert I was for like 4 years straight of my virginity. When I actually slept with someone, my sexual activeness was old news, I guess, to everyone but me. Not a parent, but I will tell you guys my story for when my parents found out I was no longer a virgin. Backstory: so as an 18-year-old guy, I had a girlfriend I met in high school, and we were together for quite some time. As I am European, I don't have to deal with overly religious parents, so I got that going for me. My parents are quite laid back, and we speak freely to each other. Example: if I said that I think a guy is a piece of crap, I can say that without my parents having to say I shouldn't cuss. Back on topic, in Denmark, it is quite normal for teen couples to sleep over at your BF's house, so I did that with my then GF a lot. We slept at each other's places maybe 3 to 5 days a week, but one episode stands out as to when my parents found out is this. I had my girlfriend over and we were going to my bedroom in the basement, parents just above mine, and I had a squeaky bed. So the next morning at breakfast, my dad just blurted out, "Damn son, we gotta tighten your bedpost." Embarrassing, but funny in retrospect. Cheers. I once brought my then girlfriend home and introduced her to my mom. She got super angry that I am having sex out of wedlock. Me and girlfriend were 30 then. This is the reason that this was the one and only girlfriend that my parents laid eyes on. After my family and I relocated, my parents found out I was having sex when the girlfriend's mother left a voicemail threatening to sue me for having sex with a minor. We were both the same age and it was certainly consensual. Although they were disappointed in hearing it in that context, they weren't too upset. They only emphasized the importance of protection, and that was the end of it. LOL, when my parents found out about my first boyfriend. I say it like that because we dated for not even 3 months, and anything close to romantic with him was awkward as F. But anyway, I lost my virginity to him and we never had sex again after that first time. But man, oh man, did my parents get mad. My mom called his mom to basically say, "Your son slept with my effing daughter." Both moms got super mad. My mom tried getting the police involved because she was certain I didn't want to have sex with him, and our dads were just like, "Okay, we're really good friends now, but just thinking about it makes me cringe." My dad was more mad that I didn't tell him I had a boyfriend. He really didn't give a shit if I had sex or not, as long as I didn't end up a pregnant teen. Her parents came home 4 hours earlier than expected, the day before Thanksgiving, and though I hid, we had ordered Jimmy John's, and her parents got very suspicious as to why there were 2 sandwiches. This led to her angry Brit father finding me in her closet, and thankfully I was wearing pants. Their parents told us, "You guys are stupid, but we love you both." But they still called my parents. I wasn't allowed to see her for a month. I'm just glad I didn't die. Her dad likes to hunt. A lot. Edit. I forgot to mention that because they arrived 4 hours early, I accidentally left my shoes on the floor when I hid in her closet. My mom refused to acknowledge me for 3 days and was venomous about the topic forever after. Now I'm humiliated about sex, periods, and relationships, and my mom wonders why I feel uncomfortable when she asks me when I'm going to have a baby. Don't be like my mom. Talk to your kids about it and acknowledge sex happens, and don't pester for babies later on. Cleaning his room after he went to college in the fall last year, I had been asking him to clean his room for 10 years, and now eminent domain applies. Threw away notebooks from middle school, so much trash. When I moved his bed, I started finding condom wrappers and a few used condoms. My wife was super distraught. I thought it was hysterical. But then I start to wonder if I was licking the correct side of the condom. JK, only found wrappers. What is 12 inches long, white, and full of semen? The socks under his bed. He is an adult, and at this point in time, I have to accept that we did a good job as parents, and he will be safe. I'm going to flip the script a bit. This is how my mom found out my girlfriend was not a virgin anymore. Apparently the dog went into the bathroom and fished a condom out of the trash. Ended up in the hallway or something. My mom finds it and approaches me. After confirming that it was mine, she hits me with this line: "I thought name was a virgin." My response: "She was." My boys were very open about it. My oldest decided to wait until both he and his girlfriend were 18. My younger son did not, but he told me he and his girlfriend had sex at 17. They were both responsible enough to buy their own condoms, so I didn't really have any issues with it. My mom actually chose to pretend it didn't happen. My first SO was a girlfriend, and I am also a girl. Living in the South, we kept it on such a down low that people just told us, "You two are the best of friends. That's so cute." And we were like, "Best of friends? Yes. Besties." But it worked to our advantage because our families thought nothing of us having sleepovers, eyebrow wiggle, all the time. It It was a little less than a year after the relationship ended when my mom found out. She knew I was bi, but didn't know I had a girlfriend or I was active. She was saying something to the effect of, "You don't know what sex is like." And I was like, "Haha, yes I do." And we got into a debate about it that peaked with, "No you don't. You haven't had sex? I would have noticed if you had." I burst into laughter and said, "What do you think all those sleepovers with girlfriend were for?" The look of dawning horror on her face was fantastic, and she immediately forbid me from having sleepovers again. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. She has since firmly blocked out the knowledge and insists that I am a virgin. Girlfriend's family suspected but never had proof. Her mother actually went to her father and insisted that she was a lesbian and they needed to put her on birth control. That spawned many jokes that I would magically get her pregnant. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and parents, write in the comments, how did you discover your child was no longer a virgin?